Hello, welcome to my channel. I'm All Things Wrestling, and today I'm going to be giving my thoughts on TNA Impact Wrestling 9th of March 2017. We kick off the show looking back at the history and the highlights of the company, looking at old stars such as AJ Styles, Samoa Joe, Christopher Daniels, Sting, Christian, James Storm, Bobby Roode, and a load of highlights from the company. That is setting the stage for the company beginning to prove itself all over again with its new direction and regime. With that, there's been 3 notable changes on this Impact. A new logo, which you can see in my thumbnail. Blue referee shirts. And Rockstar Spud is now the ring announcer. Alright, we start with a brawl between Eddie Edwards and Davey Richards in the crowd. Davey is gouging Eddie's eyes and is asking where he was when he was out injured. A bunch of officials pull Davey away, giving Eddie a chance to recover and crotch Davey on the barricade. Davey tries to suplex Eddie out of the elevated section onto the floor, but Eddie fights him off. Dives over the fencing onto Davey. Now they got onto the entrance ramp where Eddie hammers Davey with more punches while the officials try to pull him apart again. They're not successful because they keep getting free and going back after each other. It was an alright brawl. It's building their rivalry, which I'm happy about. Then we go to Josh and Pope. Pope said he can't wait because it's almost time to meet the new management. Josh wonders why there is another seat set up at the broadcast booth. He said, this won't be like SmackDown with its 47 announcers. Jeremy Borash comes out and says, the new owners have decided we need a little more excitement in the broadcast booth, so he's joining the broadcast team. Josh says he's been here for 15 years and if he was any good he would have been on the broadcast team by now. Borash says that he's been here for 15 years and he's never missed a day of work, and after Josh disrespected the legends, it's time for things to change. Borash says someone named Mike TNA used to be at that broadcast table who mentored him. That spot was supposed to be his one day, and a couple of idiots who don't work anymore decided Josh was a model announcer even though he got fired from WWE. Josh says he was mentored by Jim Ross and called WrestleMania in the Georgia Dome, but Borash said Jim Ross is a friend of his and he thinks Josh is an arrogant prick. And every announcer that came before him and the man who sits in Josh's chair needs to have respect for the industry, the boys in the back and the fans. So the new ownership decided to let him sit right there because he knows what's going on back there and he talks to the wrestlers, he talks to the fans. Josh mocks him for talking to the people. This was good. This was a lot of theme through the show because the rumour thing is that Josh Matthews is going to be replaced by Jeremy Borash. So I like you building that as an actual rivalry. There was a lot of shoot style stuff going on in this. It did sound like they were literally just given free range to say whatever the hell they wanted. Because there was a lot of shooting, a lot of proper arguments. I enjoyed it though. Then Cody Rhodes with the GFW Next Gen title in his hand comes down to ring and says it's time to officially start the show because the American Nightmare is in the Impact Zone. He asks who wants to see him face Moose tonight, and then we're kind of told by the announcers that he's in Japan. The DCC make their way out. Cody leaves. The DCC will face a brand new tag team called Reno Scum. Apparently, SCUM stands for Socially Corrupt Underground Militia. I just got that off the wiki page. They're a tag team. They do work for GFW, so that's why they're here. They're also a tag team champion somewhere. Not GFW, but somewhere around the world. I can't figure out where, but either way, they are tag team champions. They had a match against the DCC. Obviously, we have Josh and Jeremy Borash bicker through the entire show. It wasn't too bad. I enjoyed it, actually, because it built a lot of stories up. The Mohawk guy gets Kingston in a surfboard, while the non-Mohawk guy comes off the top rope with a double foot stomp for the win. Sorry, that's in my actual notes. I don't know any of the names. They were pretty impressive, actually. I give them that. James Storm is pissed off and he starts arguing with Braun before he gets yelled at before going to yell at Kingston. Storm shakes hands with both guys, hugs them, and then they all walk off. The teasing is split between them 3. Where is that going to go? Then we have the video package of the wedding of Laurel and Braxton with a bit less Maria. Mackenzie Michelle is backstage and she said she's looking to interview Maria when Sienna comes in and tells Maria has had a nervous breakdown due to the wedding. After running down Mackenzie, she grabs Mike, speaks to the camera and tells Ellie that she hasn't gotten rid of her. Maria had a plan for her and her happiness won't last long. So Maria's still technically in the story even though she's not there anymore. I love that they write her off with a nervous breakdown. That's fucking great. Then we have a 4-way X Division match. Braxton Sutter with Ali versus KB Connolly versus Marcia Roque versus DJZ. Fairly good. Standard X Division match. It was actually really good. Marcia found himself on the apron when Ali goes to the turnbuckle and body blocks Marcia while Braxton gets a pin on Connolly in the ring. It was a pretty good match and giving Braxton a nice win is a positive there. And then Ali and Braxton kiss. Then Laurel Van Ness comes out still in a red dress looking like a wreck. Apparently still drunk and screaming at them while they look back in disbelief. I'm liking that. It's good. Keep that story rolling. I'm glad it hasn't ended because Maria's gone. Then we're in the Hardy compound at the zoo with the Hardys. And mentioned about they're going to be facing Smoking Joe Robinson in kangaroo form. I actually do have a funny story about that segment. Let me get it up. It is going to be on Newsroom, but I'll give you the guys on this. Matt Hardy tweeted before the show went on, if the Anthem Owlmen do not air tonight's Expedition of Gold, Vanguard 1 will procure the CWF video footage and I'll broadcast it tonight. So they kind of had to broadcast it, so that's quite funny. And then we go to Sienna versus Rachel Ellering, the daughter of Paul Ellering, who's managing the Authors of Pain and he's a Hall of Famer and managed the Road Warriors. Very interesting, a second generation wrestler, not in WWE. Ellering goes for a springboard leg drop and gets 2, and then when they're both to the feet, Sienna hits the silencer for a 3. It was a pretty good match actually, very interesting. Sienna's looking good. Ellering did a pretty good debut. Then we see another preview of the Hardy Smoking Joe segment. Then here's Bruce Pitchcard. He said that Impact isn't the same Impact Wrestling he remembers. He said it wasn't long ago that he was there and they were on the cusp of greatness. He worked with people who wanted to achieve greatness, but it didn't all happen. He then goes on to say TNA is dead. New owners, new management. It's now Impact Wrestling. Oh no, I can't call it TNA Impact Wrestling now, can I? What do I call this episode? Damn, Impact's dead. TNA's dead. He said the new owners look for people who have achieved greatness in their career and talk about how he was there when Hulkamania was running wild, when Stone Cold opened his first kind of whoop ass, when he smelt what the Rock is cooking. He saw John Cena long before we couldn't see him. He knows how to make wrestling great, and he said he sure as hell knows how to make an impact. You start at the top with the single great hybrid athlete of the world, and you with Walking Armageddon with the man that has the pleasure to introduce right now, Walking Armageddon, Bobby Lashley. Lashley talks up how many people he's beat and how he was the choice of president. Bruce tells Champ there's no one out there who can defeat him. And here comes Alberto El Patron! You already know this if you watch my newsroom. He said he's not going to make the same mistake as everyone else, but... Lashley tells Alberto not to make the same mistake everyone else has, but he tells him to shut up and tell him he hasn't beat him. Then EC3 comes out to the ring and says, you don't just get title shots, you have to earn it. You know someone who's earned it by carrying the company on his perfectly symmetrical back for years now, and that's EC3, bitch. It didn't really recall a bitch there, mate. It just put it there because you can. EC3 challenged Lashley tonight, but Lashley says he's beaten him enough times and he can climb his ass back to the bottom because he's done. Lashley tells Superstar to step up and say what he wants, so Alberto takes the mic out of EC3 hand and says, let's dance, Bobby. Bruce says if they both want to fight, let's do it tonight. EC3 stands there with a what the fuck moment, what the fuck look on his face as everyone ignores him and leaves. That bit was funny. Great promo. I enjoyed it. It's bringing in the new regime, so we'll go with it for now. And then we go to the announce team where Josh is busting Boresh's chops for being on the phone, but Boresh says we have a legend who's arrived backstage who's never been here before, and we'll find out soon enough. Who actually was that? Oh, yeah, I know who that was. We go backstage to Mackenzie Miles, who wants to know whether Eddie Edwards expected all of this with Davey Richards and Angelina Love. He said he never expected Davey to stoop this low, but Angelina comes in and says that's her husband he's talking about. And while Davey's home injured, everyone forgot about him, and what's worth, Eddie forgot about him. Angelina said he's not a real man because she married a real man, the lone wolf, Davey Richards. Do not steal my bae, Baron Corbin's nickname. Ever. He's not the lone wolf. That is Baron Corbin, who is my bae. The lone wolf, Baron Corbin. Anyway, Davey Richards, she said he has one more message for Eddie. Angelina slaps him. Eddie says if Davey was a real man, how come his wife slaps harder than he does? If he was holding a mic, he could have dropped it then because he burned her ass. That is a way to knock your argument out of the park. That was nice. Then we go to the announcers where Josh is still talking about how the show would fall apart without him, and Cody comes back and asks where Moose is. Boris stands up and everyone says Moose is in Japan. Cody asks Josh who the stooge is. He wants to know where Moose is. Until he gets here, he's going to throw his next gen title into the ring and wait for him. Security follow Cody around. He warns them to back off, so he gets in the ring, sits in the middle for maybe 30 seconds, and then leaves through the crowd. It was alright. And then Dutch Mantel comes to the top of the ramp on his scooter. He is the legend that's never been on TNA. He said, my name's Zeb. Oh wait, I can't do that. I can say I was Zeb Coulter in another universe, but my real name is Dutch Mantel. This is the first time I've ever been on TV in Impact Wrestling. They used to call me Dirty Dutch Mantel, and it's because I've been in the business for more than 40 years, and most fans have ever been on this planet. He's been all over the world several times in this business. Professional wrestling took him there. He's in love with professional wrestling because if it wasn't for this business, he doesn't know what he would have done. But he's not here to talk about himself. He's here to talk about Impact Wrestling because the ink was barely dry on the paper when they called him, just like Bruce Pitchcard. And was asked him if he was interested in helping Impact Wrestling get great again. He was right here 8 years ago when TNA was great, but the picture tells 1,000 words. He's talked about AJ Styles here, Samoa Joe, Bobby Roode, Sting, Kurt Angle, Kevin Nash, Christian, Booker T. They all drifted away for a reason. He doesn't want to bash anyone here, but he's just telling the straight truth. They said there was a lack of leadership, lack of vision, and lack of respect. They all left. He left, but they didn't expect the fans, the paying customers to leave. The people who pay the bills, when the ink was dry on the paper, the new owners asked how to make Impact Wrestling great. His first words were bring the people back. He's working here now. He's not the boss. He's not an authority, but he's giving advice because his boss is the fans. And when he listens to the fans, they're suggesting things they want to see. He wants to give this company back to them. They made it. They'll make it great. He closes by asking everyone in the building to stand up, put their hands on the heart and say, we, the people, will make Impact great. He is Dutch Mantel and he approves this message. I love that promo. I even stood up and did the We the People stuff because I am a wrestling fan and I think we should make Impact great. Then we go to the Hardy compound where broken Matt Hardy tells Brother Nero, you're here to fight Joe, whatever his name was, I can't remember. Smoking Joe Frazier, there we go. They wrestle a bit. Joe gets Brother Nero in a headlock. Joe goes after Matt and repeatedly kicks him and then goes back to Brother Nero, licks him before repeatedly trying to kick him in the ding-dang. Matt then tells it it's time to continue the expedition of gold. Before anyone gets concerned, no, the kangaroo didn't look in any danger or in any pain while they did that whole wrestling stuff. It was pretty much just the kangaroo holding on to both of them. It was pretty funny. And they disappear. They reappear in the parking lot outside of Impact Zone as Decay. Abyss says it works. Rosemary tells them that the Broken Hardys have now been deleted, are now obsolete. They pick up the World Tag Team titles and Crazy Steve says, thank you for the ride, you bucket of bolts, before they laugh and leave with the title belts. That was very interesting, actually. I'm very intrigued to see where we go with that. Then Jeremy Borash in the ring telling us that it'll be the time to celebrate the 15th anniversary of Slammiversary, July 2nd, 2017. Josh is at ringside having a fit over Borash getting to the announcement, but then it's main event time. We have Bobby Lashley, Batron. During the match, EC3 walks down on the ramp. During the match, the official Brian Hebner gets taken out. Another referee runs down. He gets taken out. And then for the finish, Bobby grabs the belt. Alberto takes care of him, grabs the belt, smacks him in the head. While Brian Hebner's on the floor looking at him, I'd like to mention that point. And then pins him with the second referee counting. And after the match, he's like bragging. Bobby's like, what the fuck? And then 3 management people come down. Brian Pitchcard and 2 other people I don't know came down talking to like 3 referees as we went off the air. It was a really good Impact. I'm going to admit, I'm happy for this new regime. I want to see where we go with this. I have faith that Jeff Jarrett, Dutch Mantel, Brian Pitchcard can do a good job for this company. Dutch Mantel seems on the ball. So we'll have to see where this goes. But for now, I'm very optimistic and think this will work out. But anyway, I do hope you've enjoyed this episode. Please give it a like if you have. Just subscribe to see more content and I'll catch you later.